Thanks for joining me again on Conscious Livelihood. My guest today is Kris Cassidy, breath expert. And goodness knows I need it today. Some of you who've been following me know that my dog died. And so breath can help us in so many ways. And I'm looking forward to breathing to connect, but also how we can use breath, Kris, in getting more in touch with our own authentic self, our next step, how we can promote ourselves in business from a conscious place. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Nice to be back with you again, Michelle.
It's great to have you. So, stress, we're all crazy busy. We all want to be successful. We all want to get more, better, bigger, everything, right? Sometimes it's best just to calm down and come back to the basics. Explain how we can use breath to help us do that.
Yes, well, the modality that I teach, which I actually founded, Breakthrough Breathwork Meditation, is a very powerful tool for actually massive release of stress. And the way that works is that with practicing this simple but dynamic breathing technique, you're activating your own healing energy. And it's also a meditation because you're just focused on the breath. You're not trying to make anything happen with your mind. You're simply focusing on the breathing. And that takes you to a very profound state of relaxation while simultaneously helping you to release all forms of stress, whether it's pent-up emotions, whether it's busyness in the mind. It's releasing stress on the cellular level. And it brings you to, as I said, a very profound state of calm, where your mind naturally comes to a calm state. And many of my clients tell me that, even after one session, it's the most relaxed they've ever felt in their whole life.
And it's amazing because we've talked a few times before, and you can actually feel this even on radio. You can feel it on camera. You don't have to be sitting like us right here next to each other. It's something that you can do long distance on the phone. So you coach with people all over, right?
I do. You can use this breathing technique for a few minutes anytime during the day, or also to help you to go to sleep, and it will start to calm you down. You need to have about 10 sessions with a qualified practitioner before you take yourself through a full session. A full session is an hour to an hour and a half. Yes, it takes you very quickly into an altered state of consciousness. The breathwork that I teach is through the mouth, in and out through the mouth only, for this particular practice. And the reason for that is when we breathe like that, in and out through the mouth, there's more access to the emotional body, because one of the effects of this breath work is that it helps to release suppressed emotions and also very much to heal past trauma or childhood trauma, including abuse, abandonment, and it can take you right back to the birth. It's not uncommon for people to actually release trauma associated with their birth, and we all have birth trauma. It's just a question of degree until we don't anymore, until we've healed ourselves from it.
It sounds actually a little scary to go through a process like that on your own, so it probably is good to have.
That's why you want to, yes, that's why you want to have a practitioner to provide a safe, supportive space and to hold the environment for you. That's one of the primary roles of the practitioner, so that you can release whatever's coming up. And the beauty about this is that it comes up naturally as a result of the breath. As I said, you're not trying to force anything. It just, your body and your soul knows exactly what to do.
Releasing birth trauma, emotional abuse, stress, it's almost a cure-all for everything. Is there any reason that you should not use this breath work?
Well, there's a few contraindications, such as psychological instability, schizophrenia, epilepsy, a few conditions like that. But otherwise, this is going to work for anybody who trusts the process and who has a willingness to transform, a willingness to change. With those two factors, then you're going to see results right from the first session.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Now, I know from my experience, when I remember to breathe, that instantly I'll calm down. So even in our busy lives, most of us have pretty busy lives, even when we try to simplify, somehow they end up being busy, that the stress is the number one thing that comes up for most people, and driving around and trying to get in healthy meals and all these things. So even just breathing 3 breaths sometimes can really help me center and ground. Is that enough for most people, or do they really need to move forward and do an hour? Is there a big benefit difference between a quick 3 breath and an hour?
Yeah, there's a huge difference. The few minutes can, of course, really help, but breathing for this with an hour and a half, it's a huge difference. And the thing is that with continued practice of this modality, then that feeling of calm becomes more and more anchored in your being, so that you find yourself less affected by external events, by whatever life is throwing at you.
Sounds so Buddha-like. All right, well, will you demonstrate? Can I be your guinea pig?
Sure,
okay.
Sure. So the practice is basically you're bringing the breath up from your belly up into the top of your chest, breathing quite fully on the inhale and just letting go on the exhale. And you're connecting the inhale with the exhale so that there's no gap between the inhale and the exhale. And you're breathing in and out through your mouth only. And you're breathing at a reasonable pace. Now, in a session, the pace people start off with pretty fast, and then the pace gradually slows down, and by the end, you're in a very deep meditative state. And I'm playing music throughout to guide and reflect, where the clients are at. And I'm also supporting them with energy work and some gentle massage and verbal coaching to keep them on track.
Lovely.
Yeah. So should I give a demonstration
Please.
first? Okay. Yeah. So this is what it looks like. Have your eyes closed.
I can
Like
feel.
that.
I can just feel the whole energy in the
Right.
room just calm.
Yeah.
It's really nice. For people that have difficulty meditating, for whatever reason, monkey mind or whatever, for me, I know that when I walk, it's much easier for me to get into a walking meditation practice. Could I use this for somebody like myself who has trouble just, sitting?
Totally. Yeah. Michelle, as I said, one of the beauties about this work is that it bypasses the mind. You're only focusing on your breathing. Now, the thoughts will still be there for the most part, but you're not really paying attention to them. You just, as you engage with thought, you just gently bring your attention back to your breath. You keep bringing your attention, your focus onto your breath. And then everything happens as a result of that, and your mind will naturally quieten, and people have experiences of different lengths of time of no mind. But by the end you're in a really, really quiet state. So you're not trying to meditate on top of a lot of stress or agitation or frustration or whatever's going on, busy mind. No, you're focusing on the breathing, and all that naturally dissolves.
And the benefit is when you say no mind, it is a clear mind, really. It is allowing more authentic self to come up, more creativity. That's my experience.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
All right, will you take me through this? I'd love to. Can we try here live?
Sure.
Live? Okay, tell me what to do.
Okay, close your eyes. And now just start breathing. Bring the breath up from your belly up into the top of your chest, breathing through your mouth. You can open your mouth a little more. That's it. That's it. And you're doing it fine. You're connecting the inhale with the exhale. It's like a circular breathing flow.
I can feel stuff coming up already.
Yeah, you might feel some tingling or some lightheadedness. You might feel yourself becoming more calm already. Any of those things and other things can happen.
I actually feel agitated, but I think that's because I am a little stressed today, and so it's
bringing it to more to the
Bringing it up.
surface. Yeah.
And start feeling it calming. So it's like initially for me, it came up, and then I started to feel so I'll try that a little bit. That's great.
Yes.
I remember when we talked before that for people who can't go through the whole series with you for whatever reason, and they can get you, tell me your website again.
Breakthroughbreathwork.com.
Breakthroughbreathwork.com. But for anyone that can't go through the whole series, one of the things you recommended to me before was just 3 really deep breaths to help calm yourself and connect. How often could you do that?
Any time. You know, there's no limit. Or even you could do the breathing you've just been doing, the connected breathing, for up to 5 minutes anytime during the day, and that will start to help you get centered and clear. And you talked about a clarity of mind. Another result of this work is that because you come into more relaxation, then you have more clarity in your mind. Your mind is quieter, you're able to receive clearer information, and therefore you're able to make clearer decisions, and therefore you're able to be more productive in your work.
That to me means better intuitive thought, more creativity, more connection with what's really going to make your life rich and authentic and full, not just busier.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kris.
All right, thank you very much. So again, I'm available for workshops and private sessions in Denver, Colorado Springs, where I'm based here, Pueblo, in this area, regular workshops. And you can contact me through my website, breakthroughbreathwork.com, or give me a call at 719-200-2929.
Thanks for joining me again today on ConsciousLivelihood.com.
Thank you.